Welcome to special episode of Sri Shakti, and this is Ganesh Chaturthi we are celebrating. At the Coffee Conversation Show powered by the Emerging India Forum TIF and a tech partner, Prime Infotech Solution. We are at AWFI's co-working space, and we have with us Kanika Sasan, a power of talent and vision who has seamlessly blended the worlds of fashion, arts, entertainment, and community advocacy. The theme is Empowering Through Art, Kanika Sasan on fashion, culture, and connection. Based in Canada, now she has shifted to India and it's been 1 year. Kanika spent over a decade championing Indian craftsmanship and fashion, creating a global platform for designers through a venture adored by Kanika. As an actor, performer, public speaker, and a cultural ambassador, she continues to build bridges between India and Canada, serving on key boards such as BCIBN and leading meaningful initiatives for women, youth, and the South Asian community. Join us as Kanika opens up about her multifaceted journey, her inspiration, and how she continues to empower and connect cultures through her work. And we also come to know Kanika as a person. So, welcome, Kanika, to today's special episode.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Amar. Thank you for the wonderful introduction.
Yeah. So, let me explain you. There'll be 3 rounds: professional journey, personal journey, and you will be in the hot seat like you had coffee with Karan. And you as your inspiration, this book, which
There
is
we
an
go.
autograph, but you have to be witty, fun, and quick and win it.
Amazing.
So, friend, I'm Lion Amir Virani, host at Coffee Conversation, legal tech evangelist at Prime Infotech Solution, author of 15 books. We help law firms, corporate legal, startups with world-class technology, software licensing, and tech training solutions. So, my first question, Kanika, how has the journey shaped up, and what were the key defining moments you had?
Amir, the journey I feel like still unfolding because as you grow as an individual, as an artist, as a human, you're always growing, always learning. And I feel like the key moments that have shaped my journey are always the moments that push you out of your comfort zone. So I was very young when I had moved from India to Canada when I was only 20 years old. And I think that was a very pivotal moment in my life because it got me out of my comfort zone, my culture, my safety, my family unit, and got me to halfway across the world. So that was very different. And then again, 20 years later, after being in Canada, I'm here in India. And this is again a very pivotal shift in my life. So this is again a very defining moment in my life, I believe.
Wow. So, you have family roots in India.
Yes.
So, when you were in Canada, what memories did you have of India?
Oh, that's very profound because you find the inherent love for your country when you move away from it. And that's what happened with me as well. When I moved to Canada, I realized how thoroughly I enjoyed Indian festival, Indian traditions, Indian fashion. And that was also one of the essence of why I wanted to work in fashion because it always reminded me of where I come from. It always reminded me of, the memories from childhood or whether celebrating festivals with people, the colors, the vibrancy, the heritage. So it all encompasses in where you're born and raised. And that's what really drew me back to India.
Wow, beautiful. So, let's go to your fashion brand, Adore by Kanika. You're showcasing Indian craftsmanship globally. So, how has experience been working with a Indian craftsman?
Exceptional. One of my favorite things of working in the business has been really diving into the art and process of how these Indian designers work and from going from A to Z with like whether it's sourcing their fabrics to their designing, their detailing, the tedious hand craftsmanship, the textiles, the handlooms. It not only grew my knowledge of what Indian craftsmanship is, but also really allowed me to be a resource to showcase it to the world. So I took a lot of pride in really taking that on a platform and showing it to Canadian audience that this is what India has, this is what Indian work is, Indian craftsmanship is. And learning about different brands allowed me to not only expand my horizons, but also really get deep into the appreciation of how much these artists and designers work hard in bringing this product into the market. So, a lot of people complain about the pricing uh, and how much it is, but it really, really, really is not an easy process. It's someone who has deep love for fashion can only do it.
Wow. So we have done a coffee with Rohan Bihani. He's into wedding ensemble. I think so. You should both collaborate, and we're planning a special episode
Okay.
at his showroom. So he also works with Indian craftsmen and sources fabrics, working with them, and a young what do you say, entrepreneur, but coming from a Sindhi family. So entrepreneurship is in blood. So we want to buy both of at Coffee. We have seen collaborations also in among coffee speakers. So you can bring his products to the Canadian market.
That would be lovely, actually. That would be lovely.
So Kanika, let's continue the conversation now in fashion only. How do you see South Asian fashion and arts evolving in the global space over the next decade?
Oh, wow. I see so much potential in South Asian fashion. It actually has come a long way. Whether you look at global platforms like Cannes Film Festival or Met Gala, or these very established, renowned, fashionable events where you'll see remarkable Indian designers who showcase their work for the last, I don't know how many years. You see Indian brand ambassadors like Aishwarya Rai at Cannes. You'll see her showcasing a lot of Indian designers. You'll see a lot of content creators now. And watching Indian aesthetic like saris and lehengas and Indian jewelry. Like recently, Diljit Dosanjh made an appearance as in inspiration of Maharaja of Patiala at the Met Gala. Or, yeah, it was a Met Gala. And it was beautiful to see that Indian fashion and Indian culture has come in the hub of fashion globally. So, and this has taken us a long time. And this will continue to rise because we have so much to showcase to the world. We have so much inspiration and heritage and culture and richness that the world can take inspiration from. And I feel like now we're really making our presence felt, and the time is right for us. So it's about time that we own our magnetism as Indian designers, Indian fashion, Indian content creators, Indian models, Indian actors, and really take it to the world.
Wow. So Kanika, you have worked with numerous Indian designers. What's your process for selecting and representing their work internationally?
Amir, my selection process was very biased, I would say, because when I started my business, I actually was very drawn to designers that I personally liked, because my selection process was, who do I really wear? What kind of garments would I wear? Because I moved to Canada and it was a cold country. So I was really looking for outfits that are easy to wear, that are, quick, that don't require a lot of hassle, a lot of, help. Because in Canada, we have, it's a very go busy schedule. So my first designer was Masaba Gupta. And I pretty much just wrote to her, and I, requested a meeting with her staff, with her PR. And I requested that if I was to brand her label in Canada, what are the protocols, what are the requirements, deliverables. And we sat down. It took us a few months, and then I was able to start with Masaba Gupta, and here I have worked with like 20 plus labels after. And the process has been similar, just going down, reaching out authentically and truthfully, and with a lot of intention and love for the label, and just working very hard with them. And rest is history.
Wow. So, what fashion trends are you seeing for Indians out there in Canada?
Fashion trends in Canada are really thriving right now because there is such a huge Indian wedding market in Canada. There are a lot of weddings, and a lot of weddings are on a huge scale. And when I say huge scale, it's not just like a lot of people spend a lot of money, but there's a lot of thought into it. People are coming up with themes, people are coming up with ideas on how to make it memorable and how to really make the families have fun and involve them into the ceremonies. So there's a lot of trends that are we are really taking up from back in the day. So in Canada, there are a lot of Punjabis. You know, it's a very Punjabi driving city. So we take trends from like back in the day. You know how in Punjab we used to do like the jago ceremony where the women hold those little pots, and then they celebrate that. So we are taking back from those days, from those rituals, and it's coming along. It's very fun. I think a lot of youth and younger generation is learning about our culture, which I think is very fun. It's incredible.
Wow. So has there been a memorable incident where your dresses have created a wow feeling during the wedding in the family for different members of women?
Amir, I'm like the back sheep if it comes to like fashion. I love expressing through fashion. So I've always loved dramatic fashion, going out of the box, going like really extraordinarily out there. So I love wearing feathers, wearing glorified colors, and wearing huge trails. So I've always gone out with extensive choices. But again, it also comes from a deep love for just the expression of art, and a lot of people admire that. A lot of people question it, but it allows me to express myself as a human, as an artist, and I love it.
So in a wedding family, there are different women like apna, the youth, the parents, the grandparents, the bride. So what have been your experience when working with diverse women?
I find that Indian women, first of all, Indian women are so passionate and expressive and loud and proud and diverse and beautiful. So whether we're talking about a woman at a grandma's age, or we're talking about a woman who is like 14, 15 and just budding into her youth, I find that Indian women are very peculiar about what they want to wear and how they want to wear, and I admire that. They know what they want, they know what looks good on them, and I think it's in our genes. So styling women of all ages has been my favorite thing in my business, because when you meet a woman who really knows what she wants, I think it's very inspirational, whether it's fashion, whether it's in a lifestyle. And to accommodate that and to really go with her into that process of going from 1 to 100 is very fulfilling. And I find that Indian women really know how to dress and carry themselves. And I think Indian outfits also make that very accommodating. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Have you received any, a funky design a request from during festival or wedding season?
From a client, or?
Yeah, from a client.
Yes, lots of funky requests, which I also admire because I feel like that's individuality. A lot of people request things that I personally wouldn't do, but when they request it, I find that it's honoring their individuality and their expression, their how they want to be seen in the world, and that makes me very happy. A lot of people like go all out and they want to do everything. Like they want to do 2 dupattas and 2 belts, on their wedding, and like a pasa or a tikka, and they want to go all out, and they make it look really good. That's not something that I would do. I like minimalistic, but I find that's very interesting. So I enjoy it.
Beautiful. So, Kanika, what's been your biggest challenge as a woman entrepreneur working across 2 very different cultural and business landscapes?
My biggest challenge is I don't know if it's a challenge, but I would say that I bringing a synergy of both countries into one and really driving that mindset and intention to come to a place where there is there is love, and then there is also an appreciation for your your garment or your jewelry or your aesthetic. I find that when people really show respect for the work of an artist they're wearing, it goes a long way because it really reflects on their big day, on their big occasion. And I wouldn't say it's a challenge, but I think it has been a lot of work where getting my clients to really recognize the effort of the back end people and really incorporate them into their aesthetic has been fulfilling. Not a challenge, but very fulfilling.
Wow. So Kanika is someone who volunteers extensively at cultural events. What drives your commitment to community engagement?
Amir, my life has, because I've lived a little bit of a nomadic life, first 20 years in India, and then I moved to Canada, and then I've come back to India. I've kind of been like a global citizen. So, what has really grounded me and really anchored me into my life has been the community. Whether it was Canada, I felt really aligned when I found people with the same interests, same inclination, and same passions. You really drive that as a force to go forward, and whether it's a small thing, love for India, whether it's fashion, whether it's working with youth. When you work with like-minded people, it really anchors you and really validates your life and your purpose. And community has given me that, whether I wasn't in Canada or in India. So when I work with community, when I work with a group of people who I find are living with the same purpose and living with the same inclination and passions, I find that it's so easy, and you're just riding the wave in an ocean, and you're being pushed by the wave. You're not just doing the work is being done.
Wow, beautiful. So, Kanika, you're a board member of BCIBN. Tell our audience what this the community is all about, and how do you approach building stronger India-Canada ties through business and culture?
Amir, for the last 10 years, all the work that I've done is really anchored into my dynamic with India and Canada and my work with India and BCIBN. British Columbia India Business Network is actually founded by our fearless leader Vivek Ji. We call him with love Vivek Ji, and he is the driving force of this organization. It's a non-political, non-partisan, non-religious, non-profit organization, and we work solely for to promote basically Indo-Canadian economic growth and collaboration and opportunity and foster relations between the two countries. And it's purely voluntary. We don't make money out of it, and we work and our it grows basically based on memberships and sponsorships. So everyone who's on the board of BCIBN or anyone who's been a member, it really reflects in their love for both countries and how much they want to contribute. And we work very hard to promote collaboration, opportunity, engagement, and promote like economic growth, social growth, and also friendships and ties between the two countries.
Beautiful. So, Kanika, in your opinion, what are the key elements for successful cross-cultural collaborations?
Amir, if you ask me, I would say a lot. I'm not inclined to any political leadership, but I would say whenever you work with any kind of organization or country or people, core values play a big role. How much your core values are in alignment. If you are working with the same principles, with the same intention, if the mutual interest is to grow one another, and partnerships are based out of mutual alignment and profits that actually help both parties, it really goes a long way. There's no agendas of just personal growth or personal profits. It is a collaboration truly in essence, and it's anchored into growth of both countries. It's That's the best way to go forward with the collaboration, I would say.
Wow. So now you have what got you interested in acting? Let's hear it.
I have been an artist at heart from the beginning, Amir. When I was younger, cinema has played a big pivotal role in my life. And as you know, 90s kids, they grew up on Hindi cinema, Bollywood films, and I'm no different. So I used to watch a lot of Hindi films, and I wanted to be a part of the whole larger than life process, and I wanted to be a part of how it's done, and whether it's the dances, whether it's the acting, whether it's the whole storytelling. I was always intrigued by it. And when I got an opportunity to come back to India, I really wanted to explore this passion that I've always had in my life. And because I'm in the hub of acting. Bombay and Bollywood is, is driven in Mumbai, and I wanted to give it a chance and explore this opportunity.
Wow. So my last question for your professional journey round, Kanika, what advice would you give to young women looking to enter entrepreneurship in arts and culture?
My advice to young women, I don't think it's an advice, but it's more like a suggestion or like a words of wisdom that are coming out of pure love. I really personally admire women who are going for their passions, who are going for what they truly believe that their purpose is, and they want to do that, and they want to go forward and make that as their lifestyle. So when you find out what you really want to do, whether it's a startup, entrepreneurship, whether it's acting, whether it's a small thing, big thing, go for it. Truly listen to your instincts and heart, and let not the world decide what you're meant for. You truly sit down with yourself, embrace that power, listen to your intrinsic voice, and go for it, because you have whatever it takes to make it big. And failure is not a person, failure is an incident. So if you fail once, if you fail twice, go for it, keep going, and you will flourish. You will find success at the end of it, because you have given it your all. And when you give your 100%, all the divine forces come and support you as well. So best wishes and good luck to everyone who is, going forward in making a contribution to the world.
Wow. So let's go to the next round and understand Kanika as a person. Tell us about your family and your formative year.
Amir, I am a mother of two kids, and they're both in Canada with their dad. And my parents passed away 10 years ago. So my siblings live in Delhi, and that's my family. So my family is also divided in Delhi and in Canada. But I live here in Mumbai, and I have no family here. So it's kind of like a free space where I just, go from. But again, I have really good friends here who are like family.
Wow. So who's been your biggest source of inspiration in life?
Going back to the first round where I was talking to young entrepreneurs, young women, a lot of young women are my inspiration. When I really see women who are thriving and women who are really owning their power, that really inspires me. And it really drives me to do better. And also, it comes as a momentum factor. So that's my number one inspiration always.
Wow. So Kanika, what are your go-to hobbies when you're not working or performing?
My go-to hobbies, I love watching Hindi films. Like I said, I love swimming. I've been a swimmer all my life. And when I was in Canada, I would just go to lakes and swim in the lakes. But here, I like going to recreational centers. Swimming is one of my biggest hobby. I also like meditation and just sitting with myself, journaling. And those are things that just calm me down. So I enjoy doing those.
Wow. So let's talk about a movie. Which movie or show has left a lasting impact on you?
Since I am a Bollywood lover, I would give you, I can give you a lot of Hollywood names too. I've seen a lot of Hollywood movies. But the one movie that I truly resonate with or I love is Rockstar. It's Imtiaz Ali's, A.R. Rahman's music. It's a very music-driven film, a lot of great songs in it, and great performance by Ranbir Kapoor. So it's one of my favorite movies, and I can watch it any day.
Wow. So let's make you a tour guide. If someone wants to visit Vancouver, what are the places to check out and for food?
For food, ooh.
Places and food.
Places and food. Okay. If you were to go to Vancouver, first of all, I really endorse Vancouver as the food capital of the world. I love food there. If you are into any kind of diverse cuisines like Japanese, sushi, Vietnamese, Burmese, Indian, Vancouver is your place. There's a lot of great places to eat in Gastown, on Robson Street. There's a place called Cactus Club Cafe. It's one of the most renowned restaurants that are only in Vancouver, and they have a great mixed cuisine. I also love sushi. I think Vancouver has the best sushi. If you were to visit Vancouver, Stanley Park is my favorite place. If you love water, if you love mountains, it's a beautiful, beautiful place to go visit. A couple of hours away from Vancouver is Whistler Village, which is a great place for activities, like if you are into zip lining or bungee jumping or bicycling, walking, rollerblading, it's your place. The weather is beautiful. It's a small little village. It has a lot of skiing activities too. Like if you were to go in winters, Whistler Village, not to miss out. Absolute recommendation.
Wow. So Kanika, who in your family or friends circle has been your biggest cheerleader?
My family and friends, I would say my biggest cheerleader has been my kids. My son is turning 19 and my daughter is turning 12, and they both have been my biggest supporters. Like you can just gauge, they live halfway across the world and they still support my initiatives, my endeavors. They still believe that if our mom is away, she's doing something meaningful. And I truly honor that. It's very difficult for kids to live away from their mom. And I am grateful that my kids understand that and don't hold that against me. And they are my biggest cheerleaders.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Kanika, let's create some memories for your children. So you can put out a message where whenever they are missing you, they can see this video message and remember you. So what would you like to say to them?
A message for my kids. To my children, I would just like to say that I hold so much. I honor your support and your encouragement to your mom so much. You're living halfway across the world, and it means the world to me that you find meaning in this distance, that your mom is doing something impactful and something meaningful. And it gives me a lot of pride and joy that I have brought you into this world, because I have only pride and love for you too. And I hope that you both remain as kind and generous and kind and gentle that you both are. And mom loves you a lot.
Now, since this is Stree Shakti series and the Coffee Conversation Show, what does Stree Shakti mean to you?
Stree Shakti means that you are someone who has tapped into your internal power. Every single woman, Stree, in this world, in this universe, has that power in her. And whether or not you recognize it or not, it's there. And once you tap into it, all the opportunities, all the doors open, all the relationships come into alignment. All you have to do is really open yourself to recognize that power, that Shakti, that that all the divine feminine energy that resides in you, and that truly reflects in every woman in the world.
Wow. So my last one is a googly one. Describe Kanika in one line.
Someone actually mentioned this to me, and I resonate with this. They said, "What is emotion?" And it really said energy in motion. So I would say, because my EQ is very high, I would say Kanika is energy in motion.
Beautiful. So let's put you in the hot seat, the
All
rapid
right.
fire round.
All right.
Your go-to comfort food.
Paranthe.
Acting or entrepreneurship.
Acting.
Morning person or night owl.
Night owl.
One word that describes the journey.
Divine.
Your favorite Indian designer.
Rapta by Rahul.
Bollywood or Hollywood.
Bollywood.
Vancouver rains or Indian monsoon.
Indian monsoons.
Your dream collaboration.
Sanjay Leela Bhansali.
Stage or screen.
Screen.
Favorite Punjabi food dish.
Favorite Punjabi food dish would be aloo ke paranthe.
Your favorite color.
Red.
Tea or coffee to recharge.
Tea.
Let's taste.
There you go. Cheers.
So you did well, Kanika.
Thank
And
you
here's your
so much, Amir. Thank you. That was so much fun.
gift. Yeah, and it's been autographed also.
All right. Thank you for that, and sorry for the glitch that I had. बच्चों का मैसेज था, मैंने कहा तो बच्चों तक पहुंचना चाहिए ना. Thank you so much, Amir. That was very nice.
So, Kanika, your journey is one of purpose, passion, and perseverance. From bridging cultures through art and fashion to empowering communities and mentoring the next generation, you continue to set an inspiring example of how one individual can make a global impact. Your story reminds us that creativity, connection, and courage are the true threads that weave meaningful change. So subscribe to the Coffee Conversation Show, where there are 500 plus coffee speakers sharing their professional personal journey. And if you want to be featured in person, because there are few slots and those are reserved for special people out there. So visit our website, the Emerging India Forum, or our LinkedIn page, the Emerging India Forum, and fill in the form. Our team will connect with you and invite you to have those memorable conversations or a cup of coffee. Thank you.